Hey guys, and welcome into today's video. Today we're going to be doing a market recap. I have to get some urgent news to you about the small caps in the S&P 500, which is what we've got up in the screen. We're going to be reviewing some of the news on the new variant, again the new COVID variant that has come out, which has allowed stocks to surge downwards instead of upwards, because again there could be a lot of fear, and again this could potentially be a lot of new opportunity in the market, and again what I am doing with my position. And we're going to be reviewing some of these small cap stocks. If you are new, then welcome into this channel. My name is Jason. I cover news on the stock market every single day. We have some absolute channel favorites and some absolute monster stocks that we are covering on this channel every single week, like Alpine 4 Holdings. If you are a fan, then make sure that you are subscribed down below, and if you find value at any point in this video, then please do not forget to hit that like button. It really does help me out and support the channel. And if you would like to support the channel further, a quick plug, then please check out the link below to the private Patreon, where you will get access to all of the news that I send out to my private patrons and anything that I am buying or selling inside of the markets. So guys, looking up on the screen is the graph of the S&P 600 small caps. So this is outside of the S&P 500, guys. These are the small cap companies right now that are the top earners in the US index. And we can see that from historical prices, guys, at where we are today, we haven't been at these lows for quite some time, when we did in fact have a drop off. And again, we were in fact in major areas of recession. But this shows me, guys, that the PE ratio averages is much below where it is compared to the large caps that are sitting somewhere between a 25 and 30 mark currently on the S&P 500. So we are trading at significant evaluation right now on those large caps, but those small caps are extremely undervalued. We have had a season of tax loss harvesting because the stock market has done nothing but continue to sell off again on a lot of those high growth stocks like Teladoc that are down over 50% from their highs since again those January highs in 2021. And you've got Zoom Communications. These are some of Cathie Wood's absolute favorite stocks. We all love Cathie Wood, the unknown Cathie Wood, of course. Here she is, Cathie Wood of ARK Invest, an absolute legend, one of my favorite investors of all time, that believes that growth is here to stay and it is going to innovate and change the market sentiment forever. She believes that inflation is in fact not going to be coming over the next few years, and what we are going to see is the deflationary assets that are going to start to creep in due to the artificial intelligence costs curving at 68% per year, which is going to allow those high growth stocks inside our portfolio for the long run over the next 5 to 10 years in the coming decade to absolutely accelerate upwards. So what have I been doing, and what should we be aware of in the markets this week? Well, like I said, these small caps are continuing to sell off. You've got stocks like Opendoor, guys, that are down significantly again from tax loss harvesting this week. This should start to actually level out over the next few weeks, as a lot of people that have been down significantly from these high growth stocks, when there was a rotation back into value at the beginning of this year, they are selling out and using those taxes to offset as gains on their profits that they are taking as gains, and that way they can then buy back in on the dip in January at a much better price. So we have seen a significant push down in a lot of these stocks that are currently being shorted. I have been buying up shares of HIMS, guys, at these prices of around $6 to $7, because I think that there is too much opportunity in the long run where these companies are growing significantly. We've got Tattooed Chef, another channel favorite that I love to talk about. I used to be vegan, I'm now flexitarian, but 80 to 85% of my diet, guys, is predominantly vegan. I have a lot of vegan options every single day. I have tofu probably about 4 times per week. And again, vegan option and veganism and as a lifestyle choice is becoming extremely popular. If you look at the Google trend to veganism, guys, it is slowly increasing every single year. And with that, we can look at the Tattooed Chef earnings report, which did come out, the third quarter earnings report for 2021, which was out middle of November. And we can see again that a record quarterly revenue of 58 million, an increase of 44% year over year. So anything over 20%, guys, is going to be, some fantastic news coming to a product, coming to a business, because that is where we want to see the long-term growth. If this is a growth company, if we are achieving more than 30%, guys, then that is some fantastic growth. And this company company are doing exactly that. They have set themselves up in a significant position. They have just had a new merger, as we know. They are now going to be getting into new line of products. They are going to be having those vegan bars as well, and protein bars, and all sorts of other things that they are getting creative with. They are continuing to innovate. They are continuing to make new products every single day, which are being represented and coming out. They are about to put a ton of cash into advertising this year, so this is going to expand them massively, to my extensive research that I have done on this company. So again, this company right now are sitting at a very nice area where they have typically sat over the last year, where we have found some major support. So I do think that this is in fact a very good position for a buy the dip opportunity. Now, like I said, the Omicron variant, which is the nervous government to impose travel curbs. This is coming out on UK guidelines. We are now banning further countries that do have this variant that have been discovered. Places like South Africa and Namibia, all of these places. And again, we are starting to have a few of these variants appear in different sectors right now in different places around the world. So this is something that we have to look out for over the next 10 to 12 days. They are saying now here in the UK that the vaccines are still being proven effective against these new variants that are coming out, but they might not be as strong as they were because this is a mutated version. So these tests that they are doing, hopefully in the next 10 to 12 days, we are going to have a lot more research to further our knowledge and know what exactly this is going to be like against the current vaccine boosters. And that way we can figure out what is going to happen with the markets in the short term. But this has accelerated the selling, and a lot of the positions inside my portfolio and also on my watch list have been down since Friday, maybe 5 or 10%, especially the cruise lines. If we look at the cruise lines, guys, we can see that NCL, if we go onto Norwegian Cruise Lines, you can see this is a company I used to work for 8 years, guys, is in fact now down significantly because of these new implemented travel restrictions. So I am currently watching this news very closely because there could potentially be a very good opportunity here. I have not pulled the trigger yet, and I'm not going to until we actually fully understand how these new variants and mutations are going to infect the markets, and again, lockdowns and the government, and inside all of this information for the long term. So that is something that we are going to have to watch out for. But again, these are things to throw onto your watch list this week, and again, things to potentially understand and start to look for in the market, so that hopefully over the long term you can make a significant amount back on your capital. So another stock that I just want to briefly clarify and touch upon is Spce and also Sofi. So I will cover these two really quickly. We can see that Sofi has now sold off from these highs. We've got new price targets on Sofi. This is a long-term hold for me. We are now sitting at a very nice support around that 200-day moving average, where we are in fact bouncing. We are around that typical 30 to 40 mark on the RSI, where typically we then like to see those large swings of volatility back up to those all-time highs for Sofi. So I do think that over the coming months, once we do get that news and catalyst for the bank charter, we are going to see a price target around that $24 to $26 price range. And again, that is going to represent a significant upside of 40% for this stock over the short term. Hopefully we will get news out about this bank charter over the next 2 to 3 months. So this is something that I am currently looking for. And again, for the long-term hold on Spce, another stock that I do love to talk about that does have a lot of high growth trajectories, has been selling off significantly. We can see that now we are sitting below that 30 on the RSI. So I do expect that at these levels, we are now coming down to a very nice area of support. If we do come down and break down below this position, so around that $14 mark, then again, this is when I will start to double up my shares for the long term, because I think that this company do have a bright future. And again, a lot of this is just shorting in the market and the fact that they have had to continually delay things due to COVID. But once this does start to play out for the long term, guys, and we do see an increase in their revenues because they start to open up those tickets and we start to get those sales in, we are going to see a significant amount of revenue, which is going to boost the sales and boost the share price back up to the high 20s, to my opinion. And we are going to see a massive shift because this stock is extremely volatile, and this could be a very, very quick mover. We don't know when this is going to happen, but I'd rather be in this for the long term, because once it does move, guys, it will absolutely shoot off to the moon, as it has done many times, several times, as you can see up on my screen. So guys, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go down there and give this video a big fat like for me. Thank you so much for all of your continued support. I do hope that you are subscribed to content like this. I look forward to doing a new video out as soon as I can. If you would like an update on Alpine 4 and what they are doing with their new merger, then be sure to check out the video below that I will link above now. Guys, have a fantastic week and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Ciao!